Hello, HR Universe, and welcome to the talk show, Let's Talk HR with Dr. Deneen. Of course, I'm not Dr. Deneen. I'm Dr. Chuck Lester. I'll be sitting in as the guest host today. I'm the executive producer of the show, and I'm also the husband of Dr. Deneen. And Dr. Deneen spoke on a topic back in March of this year on an HR cruise called Toxic Talk, Incivility in the Workplace, tackling incivility in the workplace. And I want you all to know that it was spectacular. And I thought that's something that the world, the HR universe, should know about. So I went to Dr. Deneen. I said, Dr. Deneen, we need to have this on the show. We should do a show about this. And she said, who would we get as the guest? I said, no better person than the actual host of Let's Talk HR, Deneen, and the originator of the speech that was done on the conference, Dr. Deneen Lester herself. So I want to welcome your host of Let's Talk HR, Dr. Deneen Lester, to her own show. Welcome, Dr. Deneen, to Let's Talk HR with Dr. Deneen.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Lester, and thank you for the idea of bringing that topic forward to the workplace and to the organizations and to the world.
I think the world needs to hear it, and I was thoroughly impressed. Like I said before, well, let's start it off like this. This is the month of May, and May of last year, you had major surgery. You walked into a hospital to have surgery, and you had cancer.
Yes.
1 year later.
1 year.
You're cancer-free again because you're a two-time, 26-year cancer survivor.
Yes.
So I want to give God praise for that,
Yes.
for your healing. You're beautiful as ever. You're doing a wonderful job in everything that you do. And I just praise God that you're healthy, you're happy, and you're whole.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Lester.
So let's get into the show.
Okay.
So we went on this HR cruise,
Yes.
HR Professionals Conference Cruise.
Yes.
Back in March. I had the pleasure of going with you. We went to Cozumel and Costa Maya, Mexico.
Yes.
And these magazines were put out, HR Professionals,
Yes.
with the host of Let's Talk HR with Dr. Deneen on the front cover.
Yes.
We thank Cynthia Thompson, Charles Thompson for that. And congratulations on this.
Thank you.
And the topic was one that I hadn't heard discussed, and I don't think a lot of people discuss it for various reasons. It was toxic talk,
Mm-hmm.
tackling incivility in the workplace.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us, why did you choose that topic?
I chose that topic because it's something that we really don't talk about in the workplace. It's something that may be dismissed or not even discovered yet, and we don't know what it is, or it's something that we just don't talk about, but we must talk about it in order to address it in the workplace and in organizations as a whole.
Well, you said some don't know what it is.
Yes.
So for that audience, because I didn't really know what it was until I heard you. And again, that presentation, that speech was excellent. It was excellent. It was put together well. I mean, it was delivered well. It was received well. And you can't ask for more than that. So you said a lot of people don't know or may not know what it is. For the benefit of those like me, tell us what toxic talk first is.
Toxic talk is any behaviors in the workplace or any behaviors that may be disrespectful, dismissive, conversations. It could be actions. It could be all those things that sum up to be disrespectful in the workplace.
So the toxic talk itself
yes,
would be the conversational piece. Am I right?
That's correct.
Okay, and the incivility would be the behavior.
The behavior and the result of the entire toxic actions, behaviors, language, all put into one.
All put into one.
Yeah.
So what kind of toxic conversation could take place in the workplace? As a matter of fact, let me ask you this. Could this take place in any workplace?
Any workplace, any organization, toxic talk is a part, can be part of the organizational culture.
Okay.
Yes.
And what would a toxic conversation sound like?
Something that's dismissive, something that may be sarcastic in a damaging way.
Give me an example.
Give you an example. An example would be if you and I were talking
Yeah.
and you brought up an idea that may not be the best idea, but you brought it up.
Yeah.
Instead of me encouraging you and saying that's really a good, I appreciate you bringing that up. Let's look at it in another way and then continue the conversation. A good example of toxic talk would be you bring up this example and I say, well, no, that's not what we're going to do here.
Okay.
Right.
So let's do it this way. I have an idea.
Okay.
Instead of looking at the camera on Let's Talk HR with Dr. Deneen, we'll just never look at the camera. Now, that's my idea, but in a dismissive, disrespectful way, you tell me what you as the host would say. Not that you would do it realistically, but just for the benefit of those who need to know what toxic talk could be.
I would say that's just not a good idea. It's not something I would look at as a good idea. It's not going to be helpful in the workplace. Nobody's going to benefit from it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I think, and you're the expert, you're the HR professional, so you tell me if I'm wrong.
Okay.
And I'm just keeping it plain and simple. I think a lot of people in the workplace and even outside of the workplace, just in different arenas, experience toxic talk or the victim of toxic talk, but either they don't know it or they don't say anything about it. Am I correct?
You're correct in that. In fact, statistics show that 43% of employees say they experience some type of incivility in the workplace.
So,
that's staggering data.
Absolutely. So 43%, almost half of the workforce experience toxic talk in some shape, form, or fashion.
And yes,
Okay.
that's what's happening.
Wow.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
And it all came about, we started seeing this incivility in the workplace around about 2019, according to SHRM.
Okay.
And this idea of toxicity came into play in 2019, and it started showing up. And it was started with dismissive comments. It started out almost as fighting, and we saw this. And that's when the research started about it. It's some staggering statistics about this. And people are impacted, employees are impacted, culture of an organization becomes toxic, and people want to leave toxic environments.
Absolutely. I mean, nobody wants to be in a toxic environment.
Yes.
Nobody wants to be around those type of people. But you said something that caught my attention. You said that it can have effects on people.
Yes.
What kind? How could you used the word impact.
Yes.
What kind of impact could toxic talk or toxic behavior have on someone in the workplace?
Well, it could have a mental impact.
Okay.
A mental impact, an emotional impact, which cause employees to disengage. And when they disengage, they're not fully present.
Wow. So it could have a mental impact,
Yes.
an emotional impact, which could actually lead to different types of behavior.
Yes.
It could affect their productivity.
Oh, yes.
If that's the case. If I'm mentally affected, if I'm emotionally affected, and it could actually affect my attitude.
Absolutely.
Wow. It could create a hostile work environment.
It can if it goes on, if it's continuous and it goes on. It can lead to a hostile work environment.
And all of that being said, if a person leaves this environment, and we know that, sometimes people have a hard time finding jobs, it could actually impact someone's finances.
Absolutely. If they can't stay there and they lose their job, and on average it takes about 3 months to 6 months to even find a job, that's going to impact someone financially as well.
Now, you said in your presentation that it could also have some legalities could actually take place here.
Yes.
If someone has to leave a workplace because they just can't stand the toxic talk, the disrespectful behavior, or what have you, what kind of legal or legalities can take place there?
Okay. Well, someone could probably make the allegation that their dismissal was constructive discharge.
Constructive discharge.
Constructive discharge. And that means that the organization, they can claim that the organization allowed this toxic talk to happen, which impacted the workplace, which caused them, and their reason for leaving, it was because of the organization's lack of addressing the situation and doing something about it.
Wow.
So that's how it can come up legally.
And that's called constructive discharge.
Constructive discharge.
Wow.
Yes.
Where someone can take legal action because this has been allowed to happen.
Yes.
In the workplace, or they've been a victim of it.
Yes.
And it caused them to leave the workplace.
Yes. Absolutely.
Wow. I'm learning something. I'm learning something. Thank you for that. I'm learning something. So if I'm an employee and I'm being disrespected in the workplace, I'm being talked to in any kind of way, because basically what you're telling me is I don't have to work in a place, or I should not have to work in a place where people can talk to me any kind of way, can say what's on, because it's been said so long, well, you ought to be glad to have a job.
Oh, that's awful.
Is that toxic talk?
That is definitely toxic talk.
Yeah.
Of course, we all could be grateful. And it's not always what you say, it's how you say it.
Right.
We could be grateful to have jobs. So maybe the conversation should have been, wait, we're just so thankful that we even have jobs. We're fortunate. But
nobody has the right to talk down to people.
Absolutely.
To talk to people in a condescending way.
Right.
Nobody has the right to call people out of their names on the job.
Oh, yes.
No. Do people have the right to use profanity with people on the job?
Yeah. It shouldn't be
I'm
that.
asking the question.
No, they do not have the right to do that. People should, and employees, people should be respected, wherever you are.
Right.
So profanity, talking down, that's all part of making that environment unbearable for someone.
Right. And it could speak directly to the culture or create a culture in a company that a company may not want.
Yes, it may not want.
Because in reality, if you're a full-time employee somewhere, you spend as many hours awake in the workplace as you do at home.
Yes, you do.
If not more.
If not more.
If not more.
Yeah.
So people do not want to go to work and be unhappy.
Right.
People do not want to go to work and be treated any kind of way or talked to in a disrespectful manner.
Yes.
So if an employee is experiencing that, you as an HR professional, what would you advise that employee to do?
To follow the procedures or the policies that are in place with your organization to address that behavior. Use your reporting structures. Most organizations have some type of policy or practice where a person, if they feel like they're being mistreated, some type of grievance procedure, some type of internal complaint procedure to address that and do that without fear of retaliation.
So So it's important for an employee to know the policies
Yes.
of the company, the institution, the workplace they're working for. If the employee does not know the policies, does not know what's allowed and what should not be allowed, what then?
I would say go and see your HR professional.
Your HR professional.
That's on the organization. Of course, you can always talk with your manager, but if your manager is the one that's the perpetrator, you don't want to talk to your manager about that. You want to come to HR, find out what the policies are, what your rights are, what procedures should we take or should you take in order to address it. And HR is obligated to address that.
Okay. And what about the person who feels, and again, I'm talking to an HR professional, not only an HR professional, one of the best. Okay, and I'm not being biased in saying that because she's my wife. I've truly seen her at work for years and years, and I know that she's one of the best. So what about the person who feels that the HR professional is out to protect the company or the institution and not necessarily the employees?
The HR professional is to protect the people.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to protect the people, but it's going to follow the policies that the organization sets.
Right.
So you have a balance there, but
so the HR, the HR professional works for the organization and the people.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. And if I'm correct, and this is just from what I've seen from you and others like Cynthia Thompson and Dr. Kathy Tupperville and several others, Brad and
yes.
so many others, you all actually work as a bridge
yes.
between the organization and the people.
Yeah, we're the ones.
You're trying to create an
environment,
right? And
that's a partnership that a person can come to and talk these things out. You know, what I'm finding that's becoming normalized is that people would rather fight it out than talk it out.
Wow.
So that's that bridge, that mediator element that HR has, to be the mediator, to come to a resolve, and to be able to move forward in the organization and in the relationship.
Okay, so you're going to have disagreements in the workplace.
Yes,
that's going to happen. But what's the difference between a normal workplace disagreement and incivility?
Yeah.
Or is there any difference?
There could be some difference. When it's incivility is when it's a repeated behavior. It's a repeated behavior that no one is doing anything about. So it's an obligation twofold, that the employee takes action and report it, and then the reporting entity, which is most likely HR, to do something about it. You cannot just let it continue. It will erode your culture and erode your credibility as an organization.
I used to work at a company, and I worked with a guy who said, during the day, I worked in quality control. He worked in production.
All right.
Okay. His job was to get everything out the door. My job was to make sure it was correct, it was right before it went out the door.
Yes.
And he had been at the company much longer than me. And he told me one time, he said, we're going to have disagreements throughout the day, but as long as we go home friends.
Yes.
So am I correct in saying that's the difference on a workplace disagreement and incivility? Incivility is actually, and you correct me if I'm wrong, in my opinion, a form of abuse.
It is.
Or it could be.
It all plays in there together. It's a form of abuse. It's a form of being disrespectful. It's a form of being dismissive of someone's thoughts, someone's actions, just a lack of respect. So it's so important.
So, and even with things that are considered small things.
Yes.
cutting people off in the middle of their sentence.
Absolutely. Cutting people off, interrupting.
Uh-huh.
And so the important thing is that you stop it, and you stop it early.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're a leader and you don't stop it and you're silent, then
Mm-hmm.
that is a form of approving what is happening.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not what you want to do. So the rolling of the eyes, cutting people
Rolling
off.
of the eyes.
Yeah, rolling of the eyes, cutting people off. Not listening to all of your employees' ideas, just listening to a few.
Wow.
Yeah. All those things bring incivility into the workplace.
Which could lead to hostility.
Yes, it leads to it. And it comes out that way.
And
In attitude,
okay, right.
in engagement. You know,
Mhm.
people will decrease their quality of work if they're not feeling.
Because nobody likes to be
They're not-
disrespected.
That's right.
Nobody likes to be talked to any kind of way.
That's right.
Nobody likes to be mistreated,
Yes.
you know. And like you said, it's a way
Mhm.
that we can talk to others, and it's a way that others can talk to us.
Yes.
But what about this, Dr. Dene? And I'm loving this. I think it's very informative, and we have a few more minutes. But what about this? What about going to lunch and one person talking to another person about another person? Person A talking in a negative way
Mhm.
to person B about person C who's back at the office.
Oh yeah. You're I guess fueling the fire.
You're fueling the fire.
Right.
And-
And you're a contributor to the incivility. So that person can
contributor.
be addressed as well.
Right.
Yeah.
So is when you say a contributor, it's kind of like, you know, I didn't rob the bank, but for the one that did, I said, hey, the police are coming.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
I helped in the crime.
Yeah.
And that can also, if I'm correct, again, you're the expert, you're the HR professional. If I'm correct, you know, and again, correct me if I'm not correct, if I'm incorrect, that could actually lead to a person thinking negatively. Person A could have person B thinking negatively about person C, who person B never knows,
Right.
or has never known, or does not know that well.
Yeah.
But you can help someone shape an opinion or form an opinion. So if you can do that in a negative way, you can do that in a positive way.
Absolutely you can.
Okay, I'm clergy. I'm a preacher by profession, but with what I study, Ephesians 4:29, if I can quote the
sure.
scripture,
Yeah.
says, "Let no unwholesome talk come out of your mouth.
Yes.
Let no toxic talk come out of your mouth."
Yeah.
And then if you go down another verse, 4:30 says, "This grieves the Holy Spirit."
Yes.
So if God is grieved by toxic talk, unwholesome talk, you know, how do we think other people, us in the human form,
Yes.
feel about it?
Yeah.
How is it? You say it yourself. It can affect us mentally,
Mm-hmm.
physically. You know, if you're affected, some people don't want to get out of bed to go to work.
Right.
It could cause depression, emotional,
Yes. Yes.
which could actually affect our spirits.
Yeah. And it causes
That-
stress.
And it causes stress, which again can cause physical ailments.
Yes.
Stress can cause ulcers,
Yes.
heart attacks, strokes.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
It contributes to all of that.
That's why this is heavy. That's why I appreciate your work, and so many people on the cruise appreciated your work.
Oh, thank you.
You
thank
know, so many people. I hear the phone calls. I hear you on the phone. I hear the offers that are being made, and I'm happy for you.
Thank you.
And I will assist you in any way, because this is something that needs to be discussed in any and every institution
Yes.
that has people working together.
Yeah. So if you
Even-
don't, go ahead.
No,
if you
no.
don't address it, credibility of the leader decreases.
Okay.
Credibility of your HR department decreases
Mm-hmm.
if you do not take action for the people. What HR is going to find out? Okay, is this really happening?
Mm-hmm.
what's, when did it start? Where did it start? Is it happening? Who do you need to address? And you counsel those people.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it leads to a disciplinary action, right? Sometimes it'll lead to termination. It's according to, frequency, severity, things of those nature. But you must address it.
You must address it. And again, this could take place at any level.
Yes.
In a workplace. A CEO cannot talk down or talk in a toxic manner to a volunteer.
Yes.
Or an hourly employee. Yes. Or a general employee. Same thing, the hourly employee, the general employee cannot talk up, cannot use toxic talk when it comes to their CEO or their manager or their supervisor. The thing is, everybody needs to try to get along and respect each other.
Absolutely.
With their speech and their behavior.
With their speech and their behaviors. Dr. Lester, incivility does not have a rank.
Wow.
No rank. There's no rank.
Let me say that. Incivility does not have a rank.
Right. Yeah.
Wow. Now explain.
Yeah. That means is because you're the CEO or because you're the president or because you're the manager, that you feel like you have the right to speak to anybody in any way.
Right.
Civility has no color, no race, no religion, no rank.
And
the idea is that you should be civil to everybody.
Right. And just for the record, there are, and we've discussed this, policies,
mm-hmm.
laws in place to protect each and every person from the top to the bottom, from the bottom to the top that goes into a workplace.
Absolutely. Most of the time, organizations have those policies
mm-hmm.
in place to report those type of uncivil
or disrespectful
behaviors. They have those policies in place. And if you're an HR person in your organization, you don't have it, then I would advise that you suggest it and implement that. And then usually it happens at onboarding. When a new employee comes on board, you learn about those policies. You learn about what the core values of that organization is. And it could be civility, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you make sure that the employees understand, new employees understand, and they sign off on something that they are aware of the policy and that they would adhere to the policy, and failure to do so will lead to other consequences.
Wow. Well, Dr. Deneen, this has been absolutely wonderful. It's been very informative. And we have about a minute left. So if you could just say something to your listening audience mm-hmm. About this again, toxic talk, tackling incivility in the workplace.
Mm-hmm.
What would it be? And then I'll close us out.
Address it early.
Mm-hmm.
Understand that it is a right of everyone to be treated with respect in the workplace and in the organization, and then take action when it doesn't. You want an organization that's going to be free of any of those type things. So I would say that you first act on it and then do something about it.
Well, Dr. Deneen, thank you so much. Thank you for the information. Thank you for doing the presentation and speech on the cruise. Thank you for going around the country now doing this. And we just appreciate you. So thank you for being the guest on your show. Let's Talk HR with Dr. Deneen. You do a wonderful job. And I just want to say I love you and God bless you. And we look forward to doing the next episode of Let's Talk HR, Dr. Deneen, with your host, Dr. Deneen Lester. HR Universe, remember, HR forever.